Hi guys, it's Amber from Amber Eats Books, and I'm here today to do my weekly reads video. Last week was such a busy week that I did not film any other videos, and I only finished one book. We'll get into the book in just a minute, but first I wanted to let everyone know that despite my busy week, I did pass my CDL driving test. I was so excited to have passed it. I was so nervous going into it, and I just kept, pepping myself up and saying, come on, you can do this. You're not gonna wanna have to retake this test next week. You get 3 tries to take it. I was like, you are not gonna wanna retake it. You wanna get this done today. And I did, and I was so excited. So I've been doing ride-alongs with my kids for the past week. They are so cute, especially the elementary school kids are just so cute, and it's such a joy. I can't wait till I am their driver. I'm just riding along while someone else is driving right now until I get my actual physical license in my hand. I have to go to the DMV to get that, and in my state, the DMV is not open on Monday, so I took my test on Saturday, can't go Monday. Tomorrow might be a little hard to do because of my ride-along schedule right in the middle of the day too. It was a holiday weekend and all of that, so the DMV is going to be like packed on Tuesdays. So my boss said maybe I should wait till Wednesday morning, and I completely agree with her. So Wednesday morning I'll be going down and getting my actual license, and then I just need to ride along with someone, or I have to have someone ride along with me while I'm driving so they can sign off so I can go ahead and start driving these kids around. It's going to be so much fun. I really can't wait. And I've met a whole bunch of people at my job, and they're just fantastic. I actually really enjoy a lot of the people that I'm working with, so that's always a relief when that happens. But yeah, other than that, I had one other life update I want to tell you about. I took the kids to get Christmas pictures done this week. Why do I do this to myself? Every year, I take them to get Christmas pictures done. I do not do any other sort of pictures. I don't even buy school pictures. I only want a Christmas portrait of all 3 of them together, acting like they actually get along and like each other and smile. And sometimes we do a family Christmas picture. This year, I chose not to. I was just too busy, and I didn't have time to buy matching outfits and get my hair cut and all that sort of stuff. So that was not in the cards. But I get the kids in their outfits, do the girl's hair, make sure my son's hair is not sticking up. And you know how it is when you have kids and you are trying to get them all in a good mood while wearing clothes that they don't actually want to be wearing. My daughter wasn't too bad, my youngest. She did complain a little bit because her hair kept sticking out and I had to keep fixing it, so she complained about that. But her outfit, at least she didn't complain too much about. My son complained a little bit about his dress shirt. And my oldest daughter did not complain at all about her appearance, what I forced her into wearing. I don't ever pick anything that's too ridiculous, so they shouldn't really complain. But I can understand dress clothes are just uncomfortable sometimes. They just don't feel right. They're not sweatpants or pajamas, so I get it. I understand. But anyway, I get them all into their clothes. They're a little complaining. Their hair, I have to keep fixing it. And we get to the picture place, and it is a 15-minute wait, even though we made an appointment. Do these people not understand what it is like to shove these kids into these clothes and to keep them in a good mood so you might actually get a passable picture when you are in the actual studio? I understand it's not their fault. I mean, they were very busy. They were all doing the best that they can, but it was a little trying on my patience just to have to keep these kids from messing up their clothes and hair while waiting. But we did finally get in. Everyone is super nice and super helpful, so I don't really fault them for it being that long of a wait. I just know next time to make my appointment for first thing in the morning. But we took all these pictures, and this year I said, let's do separate pictures too, as well as the group photo, because I'd like to maybe do like a collage of individual pictures and give it for a Christmas gift. Well, my son smiled perfectly, but my 2 daughters decided to do this weird little fakey smiles, and I'm like, we did not get any good separates of them, and I was not about to go back in and redo them. So all I came out with was one good group picture, but I'm thankful for that, so I could at least get my Christmas cards made and have 8x10s and 5x7s to give out to family for Christmas. But what an ordeal. Every year I say I'm not going to do it, or I've learned my lesson, or I'll do it better. And every year there seems to be something that happens, but at least I came out with a great picture. Oh, and one other thing, I cannot tell you guys how excited I am to be sharing this information with you. Nothing book related, totally kid related. If any of you have kids, you will understand that sometimes it is a struggle for some of these kids in school. I mean, especially kids that cannot sit still or concentrate that well. It just can be a struggle. And my son has struggled a little bit in school for most of his life. He had a lazy eye in the beginning of his school career, which no one caught until 2nd grade. So he was behind on reading. And during the course of his school career, they switched to Common Core for his math. So his math got a little disrupted, and it was hard for him to continue on, to change. Well, he had already started learning one way and then changed to the new way. It was very confusing, and he just was always behind. My oldest is an A student all the time. My youngest is an A student all the time, but my son has always struggled, and I think it's kind of hard for him because my other two, my two daughters, it just comes so effortlessly to them most of the time. But I am proud to say that on this report card, he got all A's and B's. It was so, I can't even show, I'm gonna cry right now. We were crying at lunch because it was such like an accomplishment for him. He just decided this year he was going to do his work and give it his all, and he really accomplished what he wanted to by getting all A's and B's, and he was super proud of himself. I was super proud of him. My husband was super proud of him. It was just fantastic. So Saturday I passed my test, and Saturday we found out he got all A's and B's on his first quarter grades, and it was just a fantastic day of accomplishments for us. But anyway, enough of my babbling. I'm sorry I went on too long with this life update. Let's get to the one book that I actually finished this week. So because of my busy week, I really did not have a lot of time to read. And even when I did have some time to read, my brain was so in overdrive because of all the studying and the worrying that I was doing about my test that I just ended up binge watching The Office. Never watched it before, really funny. So if no one's ever seen it, the US version, funny. I am loving it. I'm still watching it. But then finally, after my test and everything yesterday, Sunday, I just sat down and finished this book. I read more than half of it just yesterday, and that was Ship of Destiny by Robin Hobb. This was the 3rd book in the Live Ship Traders trilogy, and I really loved it. I rated it 4 stars. There was a point in it where a tear did run down my cheek, and I just absolutely adored it. I will say there are warnings for rape and sexual abuse in this one, which those things weren't really prevalent in the other 2 books. I did not enjoy them being in this book, but they were not something that the storyline dwelled on. It was something that just happened, and then they kind of moved away from it. Yeah, those are just not really my things to read about. But overall, the whole arc of the storylines of these characters, I really enjoyed. The cast of characters is great, as always. It was fun to see how some characters changed in this book, and finally you kind of got the culmination of everything that you were waiting for. But it also left it a little open-ended as far as the ending went. So I think that there might be another. Well, I know the Farseer trilogy might be sort of in this world. I think it was more in the past of. I'm not sure. I haven't read it yet. But I also saw there was a Rain Wild trilogy that I think might be set after this book. So we will see. I will go ahead and read those. I have now finished this trilogy, so I may do a full series review at some point on it. I don't have a plan to do that exactly this week or anything, but maybe in the next couple of weeks I will try and get that done. But overall, as a series, I absolutely loved it. It just takes a few days for me to really dedicate to these books because, again, the writing is so intricate. So, of course, as soon as I finished this yesterday, I opened my email this morning, and I the first book in the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb, waiting for me at the library. I will pick it up this week, but I have no intention of reading it because I know it's going to take me a little while to get through. Maybe I will try to read it by the end of the month, but we will see how that goes. Anyway, really loved this. It was 4 stars. And the first line in this book was, "She wondered what it would have been like to be perfect." So unfortunately, that is the only book I got to this week. I don't really have any other updates for you, and I don't really plan on reading any new books that I haven't already showed you. I do have to read today. I'm going to catch up my next 50 pages of Dead Mountain for the hashtag on the BookTube shelf book club that I am participating in. I love this book, so I can't wait to read these 50 pages. I think I will do that as soon as I am done filming. Then I am waiting for Crystal from Crystal the Bookworm to catch up to me in 11/22/63. If she does catch up to me, within the next few days, we will start reading again just 1 chapter a day of this. I know she is taking a break from this on the weekend, so I will probably follow suit with her. We will just read during the week, and then on the weekends we will concentrate on our other books, because this book is just so large and it's a little slow reading. It's really good. It just can be a little slow at times, so I can totally understand why she would need to take a break on the weekends so she can, tackle the rest of her TBR, and I think that sounds like a great idea. So when she catches up, I will read some more of this. I think I'm on page, let me see, where did we leave off? I'm on chapter 11, which is page 269. So once she catches up, we will continue that. Then for the rest of my reading this week, I'm just going to concentrate on my nonfiction TBR. I really want to get it tackled, at least some of it tackled, because we are getting closer and closer to the end of the month, and I want to at least finish the 6 books that I chose to read this month. So the next one that I actually picked to start today is going to be Me Talk Pretty One Day by David Sedaris. I've heard this is really funny, so I'm in the mood for a funnier, lighter kind of read. And I know it's short stories, so I can kind of break it up a little bit. So that will be very fun to read. And then the other books are just the ones that are on my nonfiction TBR, which I've already showed you. The Hungry Ocean, The Nazi's Officer's Wife, The Measure of a Man, and Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. So hopefully this week will be a little bit slower, and I'll be able to have some more books to review for you next week, more than just one. How was your week? Was it really busy, or was it a little slower? Did you get a lot of reading done? Did you watch any good TV shows? Read any good books? Because if you read any good books, please let me know. I'm always looking for great books to read. I hope this week, like I said, is a little slower for me, so I can actually get back to doing what I love, and that's reading. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and happy reading.